Hello, Bill Colodzi here, back with another Twisted Pi Cube draft. And it's almost up, it's Duration Online, the fleeting, immortal life of a cube format. It'll be around forever, but not online, necessarily. Let's see what we can do. I like Sneak Attack. It's one of those cube cards that really can combo off. And it's pretty hard to attack enchantments. I mean, there's answers to it in a lot of colors, but then look out for the big Eldrazi's and enter the battlefield effects. They do exist. I also like the token deck. Goblin Bombardment is just such a good way to take advantage of, it's a sacrifice outlet, it does damage, all that good stuff. But the sneak attack looks a little more exciting to me here. And nothing else that exciting. I mean, Avacyn could be good. Okay, Misdirection, not sure about that. There's a few control cards, but they're all kind of conditional in blue. Like the Force Spikes and Dazes and such. It's not straight up counter magic. Sneak attack, let's see. Porphyros. Land. And then a reanimation effect in white. So you do sacrifice the card with sneak attack, so it could be like the second coming here, false defeat. That's interesting. Porphyros is also a good way to sort of take advantage of a lot of creatures coming into play. Very strong. And as far as like the strongest card in this pack goes, it probably really is the highest payoff here. I'll take Porphyros. Tempt with Vengeance. Sure, so with Porphyros, Tempt with Vengeance becomes just about an instant win. So there it is. Also, with the token strategy and things like Porphyros, you're really not limited to a single color combination. There's a lot of tokens in green, even white, even blue has a Master of Waves and things like that in this cube. So it doesn't limit you much. It just requires you to have some reason to have tokens. You can't just have tokens and attack. That's not necessarily always going to win. But Porphyros and Outpost Siege and Goblin Bombardment, those are all going to do the trick. And I'll take Tempt here. Spike Shot Elder, Prophetic Prism, yeah, so black has some token makers and things like that. So Crypt Breaker, yeah, I really do like this card. Grim Haruspex is also good and easy to cast. And I'm not sure if anything else here is as exciting as either of these. So these have got to be the payoffs here. That's close. I mean, I know Crypt Breaker is insane in a recent Innistrad block draft, Shadows over Innistrad. But maybe Grim Haruspex is better? No, I'm going to take Crypt Breaker. Try it out, sort of. Oh, Assemble the Legion. So here's one of the white cards that works well with Porphyros. Kind of just wins, and it's inevitability. If they don't have an effect that just easily kills all of the tokens, then you're in good shape. And something like Goblin Sharpshooter would do that, because you can just kill any number any turn. But besides that, it's very hard to deal with. And even with Goblin Sharpshooter, it would still win with Porphyros. So it does kind of attack from another angle. Anything else here? We're not really committed to a Crypt Breaker, but yeah, I also like Faith's Fetters, but I think the win condition here is just good enough. Then I'm gonna go with this. Okay, Needle Spires. Ooh, Collective or March of Souls. I guess that's kind of a Porphyros feeling thing. If you really wanted to, 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying. I haven't seen this thing cast ever, but there it is. Needle Spires might be a good one. I'm gonna reserve that. The Ailey might be good if we go Mardu. Collective Defiance is probably just always going to be fine, but not that exciting. So how about Needle Spires? And then there's this prison type card, Norn's Annex, but we should be able to win through an effect like that. Oh, this is tough. I'm going to take Needle Spires. And Rolling Earthquake. Well, that's really good against us, or at least it's pretty good against us. It also hits players, so it could be a way to finish the game if we are ahead. Kind of a fireball effect. So it's good against us. It could be good for us. Maybe we take Reese here, though. And we could even be in a deck like Naya, just Naya tokens. The green does have a lot of things, and just doubling the tokens you have in play, that's pretty good. Heck, you could even sneak attack this thing out with 6 extra mana and double things right away. The Crawling Sensation is a bit of a token maker, but it's also pretty slow. You'd only really play this for tokens if you had some graveyard synergy or a lot of fetch lands or something like that. And even then, it's not that exciting. It's just okay. It's a little expensive. Raging Ravine here. Yeah, I guess that could fix our Naya mana. Pretty happy about that. I'm also very happy about Goblin Bombardment Wheeling, because that means this deck is definitely open. And we still have options if that's not here, because Naya is open. We've got red, green, white, and mutagenic growth, all those things, but we'll see how powerful we can get this bombardment to be. What is this? When you gain life, yeah, you get to deal damage. Another one of these kind of conditional enchantments that, you know, might be good, but it's just a shock for 2 mana only if you gain the life. So you really need a specific deck for that to go into. Bow of Nylea or perhaps Viridian Zealot. Ugh, I guess I'll take the Bow. The Zealot could be annoying to play against, but I'm not too worried about that. Naturalist is a pretty nice one. Soulfire Grandmaster doesn't really give us much to copy, but the Naturalist can really bail you out of some situations. And it's not such a high power format that 5 mana is too much to cast for this effect. So I'll take that. Not much left for us here. I guess Mass Polymorph could be kind of insane. Expensive. Shuffle the rest of the cards into your library. Okay, so this doesn't really mill yourself. Whatever, I'll take that just in case. Alright, Standstill, Sage, and Mangara. Kind of a slow way to deal with something. Hey, March of Souls Wield. That is a way to sort of replace, replace all of your creatures with creatures, and that could be good with Porphyros. And it might get you out of a situation where your opponent just has better creatures than you. Cool. Well, we have opposition. Our mana doesn't look too good, but opposition is very strong. Kind of is able to shut someone down completely if you get enough creatures into play. Rakdos Signet. The Signets are always going to be good even if they're only on one color. And Wasteland, Wooded Foothills. These are also okay. Now, I'm not sure why I was really looking at green so deeply, but we're not really in green at all, except we have this one Raging Ravine. Ooh, the Signet. We don't have much else to do on 2 mana. So maybe getting up to our big spells like Assemble the Legion and Porphyros, that's kind of a priority. So that said, I guess I'll take that here instead of Smokestack, Wooded Foothills, Wasteland, or even Opposition. Let's see, Sparksmith, this is not the good Chandra. We have a better 4 mana Chandra that came out, but it's still going to be fine. And Gideon Jura, also very good. Sacred Foundry, probably what we want here. We have some more Rakdos ramp style cards, but I tried that already. Very powerful, but not necessarily what we want to do again. Sacred Foundry. Well, it does give us something to fetch. If we get a fetch land, that'd be nice too. Chandra's good, but doesn't really have huge synergy with what we're doing so far. A Chroma, we don't really have great sneak attack targets, and that's not really a great one either. You want this thing to stay in play, more of a reanimation target. And there's Gideon Jura here too. Gideon Jura is acceptable. I'll take that. I'll take Gideon Jura. Arid Mesa. Okay. Now that there's no huge card we need in play, I'm more happy about taking some good fixing here. Rakdos Return, a strong one, but let's try to go red-white. That sounds good to me. Hangerback Walker. Good in this strategy. Dragon Master Outcast. Also good. Yeah, let's do it. That's close, actually, because Hangerback Walker can really pay you off for Porphyros later in the game, but so can the Outcast. They both have their place, and we don't have too many one-drops. That said, maybe Dragon Master Outcast wheels, and Hangerback Walker doesn't? I don't know. It's a tough pick. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Hangerback Walker. There's really a lot less chance that it wheels, and it does kind of go well with this theme. They both do. Ooh, Hall of Triumph. I guess that's a little weaker when you're not sure what color tokens you're going to get. So we don't have all different types of, not all our tokens are goblins, for instance. Green and white. So a lot of our tokens are white. Reese makes white tokens. Assemble the Legion makes white-red tokens. So that's tough. How many ways do we have to make young Pyromancer tokens? Not actually that many so far. Most ways that make a token also kill the token. So that's something to look out for. Then Goblin Dark Dwellers is good too. This is a little tough. I'll take Hall of Triumph. Ooh. Magus of the Tabernacle. That'd be annoying for us, I guess. Alright, let's see what our converted mana cost is looking like. We can put this on 2. Terramorphic Expanse. Ruby, Medallion. The medallions aren't great unless you're really mono that color. A little, prison-style deck payoff for not losing life. Vithian Stinger, is that what we want, or would we rather get Terramorphic Expanse or something like that? Yeah, I'm not really interested in the Ruby. So many of our cards are going to be Artifact or white. And I'm not super excited by the Stinger either. But it is a creature. I'm just going to take that. Starfield of Nyx. This is a cool style of deck, the Enchantment Prison style of deck. Braids would be kind of cool in a token strategy. But Flame Slash. Nice little reliable, cheap removal. Ooh, Nahiri. I like that. Eidolon of Countless Battles might also be really good in this deck. Even Squee could be good, but he's better in a Sacrifice Outlet deck. And Goblin Bombardment, doing 1 damage a turn for 3 mana, it's not super powerful. But yeah, I could see Nahiri. She really is versatile in its removal, its inevitability, and we sort of do have the sneak attack if we pick up some big creatures in pack 3. Eidolon should work with what we're doing, all the creatures, and it pumps up for all the creatures you have, but in any case, let's play Nahiri here. Alright, Chandra, what is What's Chandra going to do with us? Well, it's one of my dreams to set someone on fire. well, with Chandra, I should say. And I've never done that, so maybe that'd be cool. Beginning of your upkeep, they get 3 damage. And we do have some red spells, so maybe we get Chandra through. Pyrite Spellbomb might be a bit better, but let's try to live the dream. Sacred Foundry Wheels. Alright, so really getting some good signs that this is the deck to be in. I'll take it here over Sparksmith, which could also have high payoff because we do have a fetch land for it, and we do have double white and double red stuff. Wow, that's kind of crazy that Rakdos return wheels. I'm going to ignore it though for this Orcish Artillery. We need more creatures, and it would be nice to have some payoff in case we do get a little Death Touch lifelink equipment. Basilisk Collar. What is this? Mesmeric Orb. So kind of a mill strategy thing. Nah, I'll just take Elephant Guide. That's annoying to deal with. And Dark Dwellers. Monk Idealist. We do have a couple enchantments. But yeah, let's take that. We probably have more enchantments than good, cheap spells to play with that. Not interested in the glaze. It'd be fun to actually see it played, so I'm not going to cut it from someone who might play it. Okay, what about Iona? Is Iona a good sneak attack target? Not really. Flame Tongue Kavu, on the other hand. Now you're talking. Jaya Ballard, Strip Mine can be crippling to some decks. Strip Mine. Yeah, but that's not really going to be our win condition, you know, crippling someone's mana, but it really is good against a more greedy deck, so it won't be that good against us, because we kind of have good fixing. I like Flame Tongue Kavu, though. It's hard to go wrong with this guy. It can pick off a lot of little value creatures before they get out of hand. And as fun as Iona would be, I guess it does work kind of with Nahiri because you get it back. Yeah, this is not a super exciting first pick, but I'll take the cover. Okay, Heliod. And Krenko. Oh, this is a high payoff. Krenko is Porphos' best friend. I'm not sure they live on the same plane, but they must know about each other because they are really good friends. Yeah, that's easily the pick here. We can hope to wheel Mog War Marshal or even Heliod. Not every deck wants this kind of thing. And it does make tokens. So other creatures you control have Vigilance. So, I mean, Assemble the Legion gets pretty insane if you just attack with everything and block with everything every turn. Feldon. Feldon is strong. I never realized how strong this effect was until it was put in this cube. But it's just reanimation every turn. More or less. Especially with Enter the Battlefield effects, it's quite good. We still don't have that card that really works with it. Maybe we take Windswept Heath here. Blind Obedience might be kind of fun. Or even Weathered Wayfarer could be good. Gives you extra cards to pitch to things. A tough pick here. Grafted War Gear. Blind Obedience would be annoying for us to play against, and it does have a little upside. Kind of weak pack. I'll take the Blind Obedience. Well, here is Sundering Titan. That might be a fine effect with Nahiri or Sneak Attack. We're kind of off that plan though, aren't we? Stoke the Flames and Porcelain Legionnaire are also both good. So if we're a more aggressive deck, to get this guy out of there, if we're more aggressive, we might want to lean towards some early pressure. Yeah, I'm going to take the Legionnaire. Maybe Sundering Titan Wheels. We could probably beat a Sundering Titan if we get out early enough. And Stoke the Flames would be great too. but it needs creatures in play to be at its best, so this is a very good one. On 2 mana, no less. Flooded Strand. Alright, well that's another way to fetch Sacred Foundry or just any kind of planes. So that might be good. There's also Ashcloud Phoenix, a resilient threat. Become Immense for our 1 piece of green fixing, and Quicksilver Amulet for whatever big creatures we might get. I'm not too worried about picking up enough playables at this point. But this one does return to the battlefield, so Porphyros is not at its worst with it. That's tough, but ultimately I'm going to go for... Well, maybe it's just really too tough. I'll go for the Phoenix. I think our mana is going to be good enough. Just to be sure that we have enough stuff in the deck. Okay, Carekeep. Felidar Sovereign might be a little annoying to play against, or that style of deck, but Carekeep gives us tokens every turn if we want them. It's too bad they're not goblins for some of the synergy, but a token's a token. Mortar Pod. Anything better than that here? No, we're not the gain life deck. Maybe Mishra's Factory, but it doesn't enter the battlefield, and yeah, Mortar Pod might have its uses against some decks. Oh, this is cool. Descent of the Dragons. Yeah, so when 1/1 tokens aren't good enough, or 0/1 kobolds aren't good enough, yeah, just cast Descent of the Dragons. Take down their 8/8, give them a 4/4. Take down all your 1/1s, give yourself 4/4s. Yeah, I love this. I love this kind of card. It's only at its best in like a real token strategy, but definitely fun to cast. Alright, counter target activated ability. Yeah, not too afraid of that. Godless Shrine. Taiga. Nothing here I'm too excited about or scared of, so I don't know. Looks like people aren't really in the enchantment deck. Sure, I'll take Taiga. And Goblin War Marshal is back. Perfect. It gives us one more little thing to do. And Weathered Wayfarer is back. We'll probably make the main deck. Blind Obedience could be kind of a sideboard card. The effect is powerful, but not necessarily powerful against every deck. Obliterate. It's kind of funny. I'll cut Gelectrode. So this is 22 cards, minus lands. Or without lands, I should say. So what else do we need? Mortar Pod. Is this main deckable? I'm not sure. Ooh, Doubling Season. I wish we could play it. I guess we kind of can. It's kind of perfect in this deck. How many ways do we have of making tokens? Enough, right? So when you cast March of Souls, you get like twice as many spirits as your opponent does. That's kind of cool. Carrion Feeder. I'll take Felidar Sovereign. Carrion Feeder can't block, and we can block it with our billions of tokens. So it's really more of a combo piece against us, which could be scary, but I don't know. I'd rather attack my tokens past that and then attack my tokens into a giant lifelink beast, which we could side in. Black, not in black, not in blue. Not really in green. But if we splashed any of this stuff, let's see, Hideaway. If we splashed any of this stuff, it'd be like Conclave Naturalist out of the sideboard, or Call of the Herd, but that's not even that, it's a token, but it's not that good. Okay, so what do we have here? This is 23. I do want to do Doubling Season because that gets nuts. Also very good with Nahiri, Gideon Jura, and Chandra. I suppose it's not that exciting with Gideon Jura because he does everything he needs to do without loyalty. but much harder to kill. Alright, we do have some ramp, I guess that's good. Assemble the Legion, March of Souls. This is just a lot of funny stuff. I hope this works out. This is a competitive or a single elimination draft, so it's not a league. Every card we cut, we won't see. Every card we have in our pool, no one else can. And that's kind of how Cube is usually played, I guess. Yeah, our Thopters will never triumph with this artifact. But that's okay, we can always put this on the color that we have most of, be it white or red. Alright, I like all the cards here, at least in the main deck. Even March of Souls, I think this type of effect is just way too good to pass up on when we have the synergy for it. Then, let's take a look at our lands. So, 14-6, or 14-7-2, kind of. Mostly red. But our fixing in the side, or our fixing up here should take care of a lot of this. I'm not sure about including Mosswort Bridge. The problem is we'll have to get this and another green source to even use it. So it's probably not good enough. Taiga. Arid Mesa finds Taiga. That's a great little thing going on there. Alright, one of each of these here. That's weird. I tried to select both and didn't, so I think I just took out a Plains. It's probably why I played 41 cards in my last draft on here. Sometimes it's easier to catch when you're the one watching. Raging Ravine, Taiga. Maybe we just don't need a basic forest. There's nothing that specifically finds basics, and this gives us 2 sources, or 3, depending on how you look at it. So check out the colors once more. We have, that's so weird. I didn't feel like I double-clicked it, but I guess maybe I did. 12. Probably too many red sources. 12 for this nonsense for 14 cards. I could see doing 11, but 12 is fine. 6, 7. 7 white sources. Also probably good. And then the 2 green sources. 3 green sources, rather, with Arid Mesa, if we consider that. And that's plenty for like our 1 green card, so yeah. Pretty happy with this mana base. If it's not ideal, it might mean we need 1 less red and 1 more of something else, but it can't be that bad. And if we really find ourselves striving for a certain color, like our only early 1-drop is Weathered Wayfarer, and we have 7 turn 1 sources for it, or turn 1 or turn 2 sources between the Needle Spires and everything else. So that should work out fairly well for us. Just organizing it here, and this is the deck, so I'll see you in some matches where we make a bunch of tokens and do a lot of damage to our opponent.